Would we ever see the likes of Amitabh Bachchan, Kajol, Shah Rukh Khan resurface again? Because I feel that nowadays superstars are not prevalent anymore.
In the South, it is there still. I'm acting in a Tamil film, with Siva Karthikeyan, a huge star. I have a take on Bollywood, which may be slightly controversial. Siva Karthikeyan is located in Tamil culture. Yash is located in Kannada culture. Where is Bollywood located? Honestly, I think the next superstars will not come from the Bollywood world. It will come from regional cinema in India.
Also, you're one of those rare actors who do not do endorsements. Why don't you do endorsements?
I feel embarrassed to endorse products I don't use. Somebody once asked me, if there is a product that you use, will you do it? I said, I'll do it, but I'll do it for free then.
We've seen footfall in theatres dwindle. People prefer OTT to going to a theatre. Where do you see Indian cinema headed?
Cinema or moving image media, being so heavily dependent on technology, we'll have to accept that technological change will change the way you make films. Or let us say, in the past, I would worry about writing a scene like saying, Raj got off the chartered plane and the bodyguards came behind him. If I write that as the first scene, that is some 15 lakhs gone, on day one.
Yes.
But now with AI and computer graphics, I can write that into the script.
Scripts have become very absurd and weak. There's no substance in them anymore.
What has gone wrong is not cinema. What has gone wrong is how people think. If I treat you as the audience, I have no respect for you. I think that if I do something serious, you won't watch it.
Sir, your journey has been incredibly impressive. You've done movies, you've done theatre, you've done tech conferences, and you're an activist. So how have you remained so versatile and managed to get so much done?
There is my favorite Hindi lyricist, Shailendra, he says, in his song, Sajna re jhoot mat bolo. He says, लड़कपन खेल में खोया जवानी नींद बरसोया बुढ़ापा देख कर लोया. So as I've grown older, I've realized that time is important, and how you spend the time that you get is very important.
Right.
So maybe I should have focused on one thing, but I accept that it's in my nature to get interested in so many things. And everybody does not have to be the same.
But sir, you have created ripples. You have made a lot of impact in everything that you've done so far. Like, I've seen your videos and your talks are so inspiring and so impactful. I mean, it's not just you're dabbling, you're creating ripples.
But thank you. But that happened, where one of the organizations, if you have looked at background, I used to head an organization called old 50-year-old organization called Suchitra in Bangalore.
Right.
And during their on Saturdays they used to do a program called Sahitya Sanjay. Sanjay means evening,
Right.
So, and on one of those days that called a philosopher in Karnataka is called Lakshmi Tolpadi. The idea was the assignment given to him was that he should be able to give insights into the Mahabharata, from present day happenings. And so he illustrated this thing about, effort and, its fruits.
Yes.
We can do something, but, what is the fruit of your effort,
Absolutely.
So he says, Krishna tells Arjuna, he said it in Kannada, he said, Pagadayalli nani dyuta. It means that, you roll the dice,
right,
but I am the one that falls.
Wow.
It's because, only action is in our control.
Yeah.
What kind of result it yields is really not in our control, which is the reason we should not bother too much about it. We should bother a lot about doing what we want to do very well with the greatest dedication. And sometimes you get rewarded, sometimes you don't get rewarded, but see, that's how science happens. Somebody discovers something major and he becomes a famous scientist, maybe even win the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
But that scientist is standing on the shoulders, of so many scientists before him.
Right.
And it's that cumulative knowledge that explodes into some significant thing that is recognized by everybody. There is a story about Michael Faraday, who once came to class, I think in Oxford or Cambridge, I don't remember, Cambridge maybe, and he presented this thing that he had discovered that if you move a conducting wire in a magnetic field, you can get a flow of current. Right. And there was a student who stood up after his lecture and said, Mr. Faraday, of what use is it? And I believe he said, sir, of what use is a newborn baby? It's full of possibilities.
Yes, it has a lot of potential.
So that is how it is. You keep trying. Sometimes it works. I got lucky, I would say. So many people try, So.
That's true, sir. Also, you're one of those rare actors who do not do endorsements. And although endorsements are very lucrative, and I know your reasoning behind it because I've heard you talk about it, I would want you to talk about it here. Why don't you do endorsements?
There is a very silly small reason. Yeah. I'll say the small reason first. I already spend about 150 to 200 days away from home.
Yeah.
I love my wife. I love my children, although they're both married. I get to spend time with them because they do theater, both my daughters. I love to spend time with my extended family, with my brother's family and so on. And I have friends in Bangalore, and as you can see, there are many commitments in Bangalore.
But no, sir, I'd like to cut you here and say that you've actually said, you have admitted that you had debt, and despite having debt, you did not take up lucrative endorsements.
Yeah, so this is the silly reason that, that I like to be in Bangalore more. The other one is that I feel embarrassed to endorse products I don't use.
Right.
Okay. And they say, no, you're playing a character. I'll say, no, I'm not playing a character. I'm playing a representative of your company.
Right.
And, I don't use your company's products. I don't. And somebody once asked me, if there is a product that you use, will you do it? I said, I'll do it, but I'll do it for free then. If you pay me money, it's okay. But if you don't pay me also, I'll say, I use this and this is good, I will say. Yeah. I said, but really, I get embarrassed even to act. I don't, in the last 30 films I've done, web series I've done, I have watched only one. Okay?
Wow.
I feel embarrassed to watch myself.
But you're such an incredible actor. You're so gifted. Why that hesitance in watching yourself?
I don't know, but to be honest with you, I'm quite happy to be like this. I don't want to see and obsess over how I look. Right. How is my hair, and is this okay?
I think that's your mantra, to remain modest.
When they do makeup, they'll come and hold the mirror. I'll say, look, it's your makeup.
Yeah.
You should be the judge of it. I don't want to see. And after a shot, I don't go and see in the monitor how I've done. People have told me that if you see that, you can improve your craft. I accept that. But it comes with many more disadvantages. So I don't know. I just kind of begin to obsess actorly. I'll just obsess over myself and how I look when I don't want to do that. So I don't want to endorse products. I'll tell you philosophically also.
Yeah.
This whole thing of having a great market share and all that, I think it's violent, Ambedkar had this idea that Indian big industry should be nationalized. That you decide for a poor country like India, what it needs in manufacturing. And the largest responsibility of that, the government does, it takes over large-scale industrialization and mass production, so that, Indians get what they need instead of importing it. And you should allow private enterprise to, operate this in the small way till they grow and achieve a kind of stability, and then they can go on.
Absolutely.
So that was a great idea, I think, Why should anybody have more than they need?
That's true.
But
very less people have that kind of perspective. People just want to hoard.
For what?
Be it money, be it things, anything because money is equivalent to power in today's time. That's how it's perceived.
All rich food is unhealthy. So what's the point of it?
That's one way to put it, sir. And I really admire you.
I'm not moral about this. I drink expensive whiskey. It's not good. I have some bad habits. But the thing is, it's like, I don't think it is something I should advertise.
So you think that blueberries are unhealthy and one should stick to our Indian gooseberry or amla or whatever?
I think, when it comes to food, you must learn from animals.
Yes.
Because it's related to the body, and we
Yeah.
are animals in body.
Absolutely.
So they, you see animals choose a particular food. The reason why they need to be in a certain terrain, because they feel at home there, is because
Yeah.
there is the weather is like that, the soil is like that, what
Yes.
grows there that they can eat is like that.
They're very in sync with nature.
It should be like that. You should not be eating food that has been grown 2,000 kilometers from where you
and
live.
shipped here.
This thing about humans never being satisfied with what they have. They want more and more and different variety every day. They want to try new things. They're a nuisance. There is no species in the animal world that produces waste. Do you know?
Yes, I heard you say that. And
Everything that an animal excretes, is useful for another animal. Only humans generate waste.
But I think all of this is also one byproduct of capitalism. Like, we live in a capitalistic society that pushes us towards consumerism, and we end up hoarding and in consuming things that we don't need. So.
Although capitalism was imagined in an ethical thing, but it didn't work out
like that.
Whenever you have surplus, then there is bound to be a corruption of the mind, because you don't know why you're doing it. There's Gandhi's ideas of trusteeship, which is a great one. He says, if you have more than you need, its providence is given it, places it in your hands in trust, so that you use it well for the benefit of others, which is one of the good things that Gandhi has said.
Yes, and that doesn't generally happen. We don't see it happen around us anymore, which is sad.
So, I'm scared that I'm beginning to sound like a very good saintly person. I'm not. So
You
I
are.
just making it clear that I'm not. Yeah.
Also, sir, in your TED Talk, you have said that a sign of a developed country is one where rich travel through the public transport.
Yeah, it's actually Roger Penrose, I think, the mayor of Colombo, not Colombo, Colombia.
Right.
Bogota.
Yeah.
I think the mayor of Bogota. He's the one who said that a developed country is one in which the rich will use public transport.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what he
exactly
said.
that.
Yeah.
And when do you see India meeting that parameter, or do you see India ever meeting that parameter?
See, I travel by metro. Although in Bangalore we don't have the 330 or 350 kilometers of metro that we need yet.
Yeah.
But in the next couple of years, 3 or 4 years for sure, we'll have at least 200 kilometers of metro. Then it'll be better integrated. Even then, there'll be that kind of. I don't want to use bad words for people, but there'll be people who are like stick in the mud, who never change.
Yeah.
Who will drive in cars for 2.5 hours.
Because it's considered a status symbol, and
because they don't want to mix with, they don't want to rub shoulders with the common man. They don't mind wearing, kurta, made of cotton, which is grown by the sweat of labor, by the dye that is made with the sweat of labor, by the tailor who has stitched it. I don't think they have a clue where it comes from. Most people don't know anything. Absolutely. The food they eat, they don't know where it is grown. Okay, people think when they transfer money, then they own something. You own nothing. It's because the system arranges that clothes are more expensive. Like a branded kurta is more expensive than a bag of tomato.
I think we're just blinded by marketing.
No, it's just a fraud that is. How can farmers be poor and be committing suicide in a country with the largest population in the world, where you need food all the time?
Yes.
They should have been the richest people in India.
Absolutely.
It's a fraud, that we have played on them. So this whole idea of who is good and who is bad. One of our great doyens, in Kolkata, at a lecture, he said, agriculture, there's no return on investment. And how are you surviving,
Yes.
What is return on investment in front of life?
That's our basic necessity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's the thing.
Yeah.
We need to reassess. Basically, that's what I want to talk about today. I don't know how much time we'll get with this, but this is what I want to impress upon students, that they should enter the big world, with great inquiry and critical thinking, they should abandon the nonsense of the old that we have all given to them. And,
The dogmas that have been passed on.
And the nonsense of what is success.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm telling how useful you are is how successful you are.
Absolutely.
If you're just a fat cat, what is the point of being successful like that?
Yes.
Everybody despises you.
Yes, true that, sir. Also, coming to cinema, sir, like we've seen footfall in theaters dwindle. People prefer OTT to going to a theater. And we've also seen a degradation in Indian cinema in every which way that matters. Where do you see Indian cinema headed?
Cinema or moving image media being so heavily dependent on technology, we'll have to accept that technological change will change the way you make films, will change the content of films. I'll tell you one of my kind of not much appreciated arguments is that women get better roles because of new technology. Because in the past, where do you see women in the real world? They're in confined spaces. They're not exposed to the public life in most families as the men are.
Yes.
So in a movie, if you see a girl wearing a swimsuit or a bikini, what is the normal place where she can wear it? Which is why you have to shoot it in locales that are either 5-star hotels or abroad.
Yes.
Because where is it normal for her to wear that?
Absolutely.
So what you do is, now we bring them out into the living room, bring them out to those spaces artificially, because how to show them otherwise,
Yes.
So what new technology does is you can take the camera and light into a very small room, into the kitchen where she is working. She's sitting on the floor and working. Into that kitchen you can go and shoot. So you represent her more honestly.
More authentically.
Than you were doing before.
Yes.
So, and that change is enabled by technology, I'm saying. So, or let us say in the past I would worry about writing a scene like saying, Raj, got off the chartered plane, that he was coming in, and the bodyguards, came behind him.
Right.
And he stood and he posed for a photograph and he walked down. If I write that as the first scene, that is some 15 lakhs gone, on day one.
Yes.
I can't shoot that. But now with AI and computer graphics, I can write that into the script. You understand? This is what
it's
technology
become more
can.
economical.
But we must accept that all this can become possible. Then we can make better cinema using technology.
Scripts have become very absurd and weak. There's no substance in them anymore.
No substance, because you're getting like a child. You're getting excited with what you can say, and you'll show people fly. If somebody punches somebody, you can show that person going through a wall and falling.
It's absurd.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm saying what has gone wrong is not cinema. What has gone wrong is how people think.
And what people want to look at.
If I treat you as the audience, I have no respect for you.
Yes.
I think that if I do something serious, you won't watch it. I have to give you songs that mean nothing to the film, but the songs will mean something for your wedding, because you can use it for your Bollywood night at wedding. That is what it has become. We have no respect for the audience anymore, overall. OTT is in that way a bit of a game changer, because OTT gives more time on the storytelling. I know it imagines a better audience.
It is kind of disruptive.
It imagines a better audience.
Yeah.
It thinks it'll be accepted. So I think change is possible.
Do you think Indian cinema would ever be able to redeem itself?
I think it'll happen. It may happen quite suddenly.
And also, do you think that a blockbuster of the magnitude of DDLJ would ever resurface? Because I don't see that happening. We've seen so many rom-coms come and go, and they feel very insipid, they feel very tepid. Those old school romances, DDLJ, Kabhi Kabhi, the old golden era.
I see your eyes are shining.
Yes.
And because of that, they'll come back. Because, they'll understand that young people like it.
Yes.
So, romance is the most difficult thing to do in film. Because in a romantic story, Have you read Gift of the Magi, O. Henry's?
I have seen the movie.
Okay,
Yes.
so what happens is, typically in a romance film, a boy meets girl, they want each other,
Yes.
but either they're conflicted from the inside for other reasons, maybe they're engaged to different other people or even married to
Yes.
different other people. So, or parents don't allow, or circumstances don't, social classes don't allow, caste doesn't allow, religion doesn't allow, something is there, let us say.
There's a hindrance.
And there's a problem, and that conflict,
Yeah.
is granular to the film, and they both struggle.
Yeah.
And then they realize by sacrifice you can get it. Okay, so they sacrifice the thing that is most important to them up to that point, mutually.
Yeah.
They sacrifice the most important thing they have, so they can have each other.
For love. Yeah.
In a completely idiotic way sometimes.
Yeah.
You get that in commercial cinema all the time. The hero gives up his big purpose and he gets the girl at the end. So that happens actually, but they don't do it well. This idea of sacrifice that is essential for love. See, for love it's important to give, than to get.
Yes, that's true, sir. That's
so
true.
it's very difficult to write that because it needs to be granular. What I
Yes.
mean by granular is, if you take a small sample of a tree, you take a cell and look at it, you can tell which tree it is.
Right.
The conflict should be ingrained into the entire
It needs
narrative.
to feel natural. It needs to flow and not
It
just...
should the dialogic of it should be there throughout the film.
Yeah, I get
And that's a good romance film.
Yeah.
It should be and a romantic film, and here I don't mean romance.
Yeah, I get it.
Romantic film is like a hero wants to save his community or his country,
Yeah.
or she wants to save science, or she wants to
There's
do,
a bigger purpose.
when she wants to, that's a romantic purpose,
Yeah.
So she makes a big sacrifice so that that purpose can happen, right? So those are the great films, when you
I get it.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sir,
It'll happen, it'll come because, see, young people are always idealistic and they're
Yes.
romantic.
Yes.
Not just in romance in terms of personal love, in terms of public love as well, because they want to save community, they want to save the world, and they don't want national... See, the nation state boundaries are all ridiculous. They've just come 200 years ago.
Yes.
There was no nation state before that, So when some Indian dumb historians say, the British founded India, what did Columbus go in search of? It's an idiotic thing to say.
Yeah.
The nation state India, maybe they founded,
yes.
but the India that was Bharat, that was Hindustan, that was Hind, was there for thousands
Yes.
of years. It was not a nation state. It was a cultural, social state.
Absolutely.
Or a country. I shouldn't call it even a state, right?
True.
So I'm saying we should return to a kind of, and young people should do, because this whole thing has failed. The way we live as successful has poisoned the planet.
Yes, that's true, sir.
Climate change, we are the biggest cause for climate change.
Absolutely.
So we have to change our ways. We can't live like this anymore. And you must see this problem as an opportunity to be better animals.
Yes.
Humans should be better animals.
Animals, absolutely, sir. Very rightly said. And also talking about cinema, sir, do you think that the times of, these stars, superstardoms have gone? Would we ever see the likes of Amitabh Bachchan, Kajol, Shah Rukh Khan resurface again? Because I feel that nowadays superstars are not prevalent anymore. It's more of celebrities with short-lived careers and very low impact. Do you think we'd ever see superstars?
In the South, it is there still. Okay,
Right.
I'm acting in a Tamil film. With Siva Karthikeyan. He's a huge star. I've acted in Saho with Prabhas, who's a huge star.
Yes, yes.
So even in Kannada, we have Yash and the big stars. They are there, Sudeep and so on. So I'm saying in the South that culture is still there. I have a take on Bollywood, which may be slightly controversial. Siva Karthikeyan is located in Tamil culture.
Right.
Mohanlal, Mammootty, Fahad, all three are there in a film I'm acting in. They are located in Malayalam culture. Yash is located in Kannada culture. Prabhas is located in Telugu culture. and their stories are located in those cultures. Where is Bollywood located? In the past, it was easier to tell this, Sholay is located in a kind of UP village.
It's more like northern India.
UP,
central northern India.
like it's
okay.
UP,
Yeah.
That Mausi, Chakki B Singh, all that, it's a kind of UP kind of place it is,
yes.
right? So it was located even earlier in Kolkata. Really, it was Bengali, in nature. Then it was UP in nature. And then there was a parallel cinema where it was Mumbai urban in nature, like the...
Yes.
Yeah, there were the films for Amol Palekar, for instance. They were from, they were that. Now, where is Bollywood located? It's you don't know where it is from anymore. So
it's quite confusing. Like
and
it's having an identity crisis. I feel
it was rescued in a big way. It was made popular by the Punjabi culture because because the people of Punjab. They had to, during partition, they had to give up their land.
Yes.
And to own the place, to make another place their karma bhumi, they had to migrate to what is India now. Which is why when Raj Kapoor says, when Shailendra writes this for Raj Kapoor, Jis desh mein Ganga behti, hum us desh ke wasi, it's a cry for homeland, and we must understand the idea of exile and how for instance, the Sikhs, have overcome that. And other Punjabis too, but mainly the Sikhs who suffered the most, with partition. How they worked hard and, they overcame that and made it their own, coming here. Which is why when in Asia, the first thing that they did in the cultural thing was, the Bhangra, because it was like... It was hugely representative of Indian culture. And we can correct all this if we stop listening to demagogues and politicians, And cinema can do this. It can serve this purpose. In the past, it did that. So I feel we should have love and idealism. Then you can do it, Otherwise, it's very difficult. In Gurudutt in Pyasa, he is in that red light and he sings this song. And in the end, he's walking and it turns and, he says, about women, he says, Madad chahti hai jo hawa ke beti, Yashoda ke hamjin se Radha ke beti, Payammar ke ummat, Zulekha ke beti, jine naaz hai Hind par wo kahan. And then he turns and he looks at the lens and he says, Zara mulk ke rehbaron ko bulao, kuch ye galiya manzar dikhao. जिन्हें नाज है हिंद पर उनको लाओ जिन्हें नाज है हिंद पर वो कहाँ है and you feel like crying because
that kind of emotion
because he speaks for everybody who wants a better India. You feel that we need that kind of person.
Patriotism, that kind of emotion.
Patriotism for the land and its people and everybody here. It's not just my own people. It should be everybody is your own people.
And movies these days barely scratch the surface when it comes to
nobody represents everybody now. Everybody represents either their jat, or their panth, or
and even that
state.
In a very ridiculous way. Like nowadays in Indian cinema, Punjabis are represented in such an overblown, exaggerated manner with this bling and
as though
ridiculous.
they're imbeciles, and talking loudly. And it's ridiculous,
Yes, I mean, I do not appreciate it, and I honestly feel that we are not as we are represented on screen, especially on Indian cinema.
I agree with you. I'm in a good place to say that. I just remember I'm in Punjab. I'm happy to say this.
Yes.
I love Punjabis, and and I feel we should have great reconciliation over these differences. They mean nothing actually. We have shared histories. We go back a long way.
Yes.
We're all the same people.
Yes.
We have different darshanas. We don't have religion in India. We have only darshanas.
Yes.
We are
very secular. I mean, our souls are secular, but we have been conditioned in different
The word secular actually means what is not religious.
Yes.
That's what it actually means, in its originally meaning where the Christians used it first.
Yeah.
It means what is not religious. That's what it means.
That's it, We're having a quick question round. I'll just shoot questions at you and you have to answer.
Sure.
So one must-watch movie.
Sound of Music.
Oh, I love that one. Okay. One very bad Bollywood remake of a movie.
Mani Ratnam made that film. set in Bombay. I forget the name of the Nayagan.
Sorry?
Nayagan.
Nayagan. Okay.
There may be movies that are worse than that,
Yeah.
but this is the one I.
This one that you.
No. I'll change. No, there is a remake of a film, Elia Kazan's film. It's On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando. It was made with Amir Khan. I think it was called Gulam.
Okay. So you think that's a really bad remake?
Seriously bad
Gulam.
remake of a great film. Yeah.
All right. And one remake, or Bollywood remake, that is better than the original.
The movie that Gulzar made, which was kind of based on Shakespeare's. I forget the.
Shahid Kapoor?
No, I forget the name of the original Shakespeare play. I'll remember in a bit, I think. But it was called Angur.
Angur. Okay. Angur is better than the original. You're saying remake?
I mean, I've not seen the original as a movie, but I've read the play. But I think Gulzar's Angur is, very, very interesting. Actually, he did a very good remake of Sound of Music, adaptation with Parichay also. Very good it is.
Wow. Right. Lovely, sir. One superstar in the making that you feel?
Mohanlal is a great, actor. But I think his work is largely in the past now.
Right.
I wish him many more years of great cinema. Like Mr. Bachchan is there for so long. But
yes.
But I think
none of the youngsters you would choose from.
No, it's not. I think Manoj Bajpayee. I wish he had been recognized as a big actor.
He's a
much
brilliant actor.
Earlier.
Yes.
I think he's superstar material. I don't know what could happen, but I think he could be superstar material. But honestly, I think the next superstars will not come from the Bollywood world. It will come from regional cinema in India.
Interesting.
And because with AI, with perfect dubbing, you can do perfect lip sync, perfect accent.
The language barrier
dubbing.
will be broken.
It'll be broken. So great actors in regional cultures will become all India actors. They'll no longer be just their culture actors.
And I think that'll be well deserved.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Yeah.
That's how technology should be used. It should not be. See, technology itself is like it can set fire to the forest or it can cook your food. It's how you use it.
Absolutely, sir. Very well said. One role that you regret doing?
Many. I did a Kannada film called Benki Patna. I feel like ashamed that I acted in that.
Oh dear. Yeah. And one role that you regret not doing?
I feel really bad that I couldn't do the role that Pankaj Tripathi did so well in Newton, because it was offered to me first, but because my wrong, bad Hindi accent, they said they wanted a Hindi character, and I think Pankaj Tripathi deserved to be. He's a much better actor than I am, but I felt very bad that I couldn't do that. Yeah.
I can totally see you in that role.
Yeah.
So you're here in LPU. What is the one advice that you would like to give the aspiring students here, who are making content, who are wanting to come into journalism, creating short films? What is the one piece of advice that you would like to give to these students?
Don't do films like anybody else. Learn from anybody you want and learn from everybody, actually, I will say. But do your film. Write your story. Be yourself. There is nobody else like you. You're the only one in the world like you. And you know your story best. And how you think is yours. If you think like somebody else, you'll be second class.
Right.
You can be first rate and first class only if you're yourself.
So be authentic.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
You will be nothing but authentic then. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. This was such a delightful conversation. I learned so much today.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. I felt very engaged. Yeah.